This week's Champion Trends features strong mid-lane champs like Ahri, Fizz, and Zed. I'm Lindsay Geektron of Cloth 5, and this is LolKing's League Trends. Let's take a closer look. Kassadin with 85.05% ban rate, Zed with 75.52%, Fizz with 59.23%, and Ahri at 59.07%. The big four in terms of bans right now, these powerful mid lane champions all have insane mobility and burst, allowing their summoners to do the most important thing you can do in solo queue: punish a person's minor mistakes. Being out of position for even 3 seconds against one of these champions is certain death, which is the easiest way for a game to snowball in terms of both goal and your team's morale. Aatrox is the 5th most banned champion this week with 35.23% ban rate. If you watched EU LCS months ago, or even the Worlds Tournament a few weeks ago, this should not be overly surprising by now. A jungler who gets a 1-point Malphite ultimate and a free Guardian Angel in combination with a powerful auto attack steroid and a ranged slow is, of course, powerful. With the ability to build a Ruined King and then tank and still threaten carries, Aatrox is a powerful ally and an incredible nuisance to deal with on the enemy team, bringing short cooldown disruption and respectable damage from a position that usually has a paper sword that does 5 damage after 25 minutes. New champion Jinx is the 7th most banned at 30.5% ban rate. This is either a case of new champion week or a carry that is legit powerful. In Jinx's case though, I think a little bit of both applies. She is a powerful AD carry with either a 130% attack speed steroid or 110% AD splash, 700 range auto attacks, and a fairly impressive kit for an AD carry in her taser and traps. She may need a little toning down, but Jinx is definitely here to stay in terms of bot lane viability. Notable pick range changes include Ezreal, Corki, and Caitlyn, all affected by newcomer Jinx and slightly because the Triforce nerfs in the case of Ezreal and Corki. Jax is still continuing to see a gain in his pick rate due to his ability to make use of Triforce and people finally catching on to how strong he is. Again, he's strong in solo queue due to not needing to snowball his lane and simply farm in order to be effective. Notable win rate changes include Corki, and he seems to be tapering off of his flavor of the month as well, which brings him back to the players who actually played Corki as more than just a fad of the month. However, he is still around to stay for at least another patch, managing to avoid a direct nerf bat so far. There are some planned changes to his ultimate, however, so time will tell if Corki was just making a cameo or is back to stay in bot lane with the 200% Triforce buff. And Nivea is benefiting from the Big Four's constant removal from the game, allowing her and other classic mage types like Ziggs to fly under the radar for now and win games for their teams. With their strong zoning capability and wave clear, they are the perfect mid lane partners for an AD carry like Vayne, or a strong top lane split pusher such as Singed or Jax. Renekton is also enjoying the fad of the month Jax players at the moment, being one of the strongest in-lane counters to Jax in the entire game, due to his kit's outstanding non-auto attack reliant damage. Solo queue situation of the week. Due to the influx of new champions to ban, sometimes everyone's favorite ninja not named Zed slips under the radar and appears in top lane. We're of course talking about Shen. With the ban rate down to 22%, which would have been unthinkable months ago, Shen is starting to see more and more play in all queues of ranked. His global life-saving ultimate is still one of the biggest playmaking ultimates in the game, and his split-pushing prowess, while not as good as the Ionic Spark era, is still not weak. The question is, how do I deal with Shen? Shen, while powerful in teamfights and is no slouch in a 1v1 situation against most champions in top lane, can find himself quickly outmatched and outshoved by multiple people in top lane. Our top recommendations for dealing with Shen are champions like Jax, Singed, Renekton, and Vladimir. 3 of these 4 champions have ways to stop Shen's ultimate, forcing him to either ult late after running into fog, or waste a 3-minute cooldown to send a shield across the map. Additionally, all of these champions are powerful pushers who can take a tower if the jungler does not come to Shen's aid should he teleport away from his lane to either mid or bottom. If you allow him to ult to another lane for free and don't take or pressure his tower incredibly hard in return, in all likeliness he just made a giant play for your team while you farmed a creep wave or 2. Be as aware of the map as the enemy Shen should be. Look for chances that he might take a leap out of lane and counter by either interrupting his ultimate channel or taking his tower. Be sure to stay up to date on the latest in champion trends by subscribing to LolKing on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week.